All right, and we are live for purposes of recording anyway. All right, so part 2, last part of Shadows of Eldolan Roll20 edition. And once again, I'm your GM, Wolf Samurai, better known as Aaron. I am the online play organizer for Fire Opal Media and occasional 13th Age writer. Justin, why don't you go next?
My name is Justin Robinson. I am the Rev En Fuego on BJ Shea's Geek Nation, bjgeeknation.com for that. Also, you can find me on Twitter at Rev En Fuego. I'm playing a high elf wizard named Amon Varel, quintessential Poindexter, and a little bit of a wizard Jesus, orphaned by the elves, raised by the wizards of Horizon. Spent a lot of time as a scribe. Also, currently is his job of diplomatic intern, which is keeping him with this little group of people.
Somebody around here needs to be diplomatic. It might as well be you.
Yeah, as long as I don't have to fight.
Well, yeah, sure as hell not me.
All right, Sean, why don't you go next?
All right, I'm Sean, also known as the HeavyMetal GM. I run the HeavyMetal GM blog. That's heavymetalgm.wordpress.com. I am playing Thorir Ironbreaker, a dwarf barbarian. And I'm known for being a little hot-headed, literally. My hair lights on fire when I am raging due to some Azer blood somewhere down the line of my family. I am also known as the Crushing Finger, not Fist, Crushing Finger of the Crusader, and also the winner of the Iron Dwarf contest.
All right, Phil.
All right, my name's Phil. I'm playing Clovis, the Clovis the Novice.
There we go.
Yeah. I died at the Battle of Northern Colossus and woke up the next day and don't know why for. Apparently affected all of my rolls. Grew up on a farm, joined the 10th Legion, and then after my resurrection have been wandering around trying to do good, but rolling ones the entire time.
So it's not just ones. You know, anything 5 or less, you know, that's...
It was bad.
Yeah.
It was very bad.
All right. Rob.
Yeah, my name is Rob Heinsoo, and I designed this game along with Jonathan Tweet. And the 2 things I've managed today are the first time ever to send a note to my college alumni magazine. And just before I got online with you guys, I finished the final playtest and math week on the 13th Age and Chlorantha manuscript and sent it to the editor, which is something that has taken a little while as we discovered that there were some problems with the system. The hero questing wasn't quite working right. Today, not hero questing, I am playing Gudrun Dragon Killer, a failed combat medic who actually somehow succeeded with Clovis the Novice at that battle of the Northern Colossus because he came to life the next day, even though he'd been definitely dead the night before. So that some kind of success there. Hopefully it works out for me when we meet a dragon, because I'm named Gudrun Dragon Killer because every other generation of dwarves in my family, the matriarch or patriarch, either slay or are entirely slain and eaten by a dragon. And I am in... If destiny holds, I'm in line to be eaten. But Gudrun is not going to go down without a fight, and she fears nothing, since other things aren't dragons.
So we're going to go a little off script, and suddenly there's a dragon attacking Eldolan? It's not in the Roll20 module, but we're going to do. That's what we're going to do today.
I research it, and then I run away.
All right, so let's start with you guys getting your icon relationships rolled, since you did not do that last time.
Indeed. Oh, there is no dice button for that.
What you do for that is you actually select it on your character sheet, and then click the icon relationship banner.
And how?
Oh.
There we go.
Wow, dear God, man. Why don't you ever roll that well in my game?
Exactly, right?
Aw.
Emperor 5, Elven, and Archmage 6.
5 for the Emperor.
For the Emperor.
Do we get chain swords?
No.
Oh wait, is that somebody else's IV? I'm sorry.
You may get chain axes because you have dwarves.
You're welcome.
Sweet.
All right, have you got yours, Rob?
Working on it.
Okay.
Yeah. The full heal we got. Let's see. Here we go. 3. Okay. So hit And you said hit on him?
Yeah.
Click on the icon relationships button. Yeah. Up
Yeah.
on top.
Click the radio.
Just hit it in there. Got it.
Yeah. Okay. There's one. We have 2 record. Yeah. Okay.
Huh. We ended up with a lot.
You did.
I just looked.
Should be,
Excellent.
should be very interesting. Well, this one doesn't work quite the way the normal icon relationships roll. Otherwise, this would be very weird.
Saturated.
Yeah.
Very saturated.
It would be very Emperor heavy, but in
Yep.
a complicated way. Okay. So, let's see. So we got... Let's start... Alright, so you guys will get some immediate benefits from this. First, you will get a lead from that. You will get... I'll go into the actual lead stuff in a moment. You will get from that. Seems good. And... yeah, okay. So that's... Alright, so... But you also get basically this is going to be a flashback on some of these where you get to describe how you got something from that icon relationship that you had before but didn't actually use just yet. So let's start with Justin. What is your Elf Queen? You got something from the Elf Queen. What do you think it might be?
During my tenure as being, I guess, just raised by the Archmage, the Elven Queen is known about me, and it's kind of it's one of those things where they want to see an elf succeed in that area, even if they can't necessarily always allow or at least acknowledge his existence. So it's kind of along the lines of wealth, able to go into places, and the passing of that. Or you're looking for something more tangible?
I can do something more tangible, but that gives me an idea. So
okay, cool. Because
what you are going to get is a wand of where is that? Wand of the Mage's Invisible Aegis. That is heavily decorated to seem like this is something that came from the Elf Queen's court. This is not just any normal wand. This is not even any normal wand of the Mage's Invisible Aegis. This one is definitely... it points you out as a, if not a servant of the Elf Queen, then heavily associated with the Elf Queen. Then, let's see...
A diplomat for all tribes.
Yes.
Amen.
So, Philip, you get something about your relationship with the Emperor is going to beneficial to you in this case. How did you get it? Whatever it might be.
Well, following the Battle of Northern Colossus, where I died, the the members of my unit all recognized that I had died very valiantly, and that combined with the fact that I came back, I was given an item as a reward for my valor, and to kind of celebrate the miracle.
Okay, that works. I will also, since I do have this, I will put in chat what the items do, so you don't have to look them up.
Gotcha.
Let's see. I think, yeah, this is very suitable. So you have a suit of armor, the armor of Iron Will, a heavy suit of it. To only somebody with such a will could come back from the dead in the way that you have, and so this emphasizes that that aspect of your personality. Sean, you have an Orc Lord. All right,
I do.
How did that work out for you?
All right. So I kind of have an idea, and you can tell me whether to elaborate a little bit more on it or not. But orcs get in the way of the Crusader a lot more than he would actually like. So on my way to conquer a hellhole before I came here, there was a band of orcs that simply got in the way, and we put them down. Turns out one of the Orc Lord's most prized officers, I guess you could call them. They don't really have an organization, but chieftain, yeah, sure. One of them happened to be in the midst, and I thought he was kind of entertaining to look at. So after we cut him down, I decided to take his skull as a trophy. So that kind of hangs on my sword belt. It spurns every orc I come across to this day.
Okay. So I'm going to say that once you got back to a Crusader's stronghold, they actually inscribed it with runes that will be of benefit to you.
I would be ecstatic about that.
Yeah. So, and let me get the... Does that actually have here? All right, yeah. Well, that one will actually, if you don't mind going in the SRD and looking that up, see which exact type of rune you've got. That would be great.
I got the book on my computer, I believe.
That'll work too. All right, and then Rob the Dwarf King. How is that? How did you?
Okay, I think I figured something out.
Okay.
It's a complication with a conflict, right?
Yeah, I'll get into the complications.
Oh, okay, good. All right. Well, my family used to be really, really a favorite of the Dwarf Kings, but over the years, our destiny, which does seem inescapable and which does create conflicts with dragons that might not always have to be there, is sort of strained relations a little bit. The dragons tend to take the magic items from the family members after eating them, or so we don't necessarily have as big a stash as we should. I have a belt of victory by inches, which basically says that, and you said it had to be something that didn't come up last session. Mm-hmm. So I never got hurt, so I didn't spend any recoveries, and this gives me an extra recovery. And this also adds 1 to miss damage, and I never missed. So, and my quirk is I have a hard time taking no for an answer, and that sure sounded like me last session.
It really does, yes.
It really did. So there we go. Victory by inches belt. Possibly the first time anyone has chosen that magic item in the history.
Possibly, yes. But those are the most fun to give out as a GM, so All right, so you guys, when we last left off, you had talked to your contact, Rayleigh Tallfellow, and he had instructed you in the name of the Emperor to find out who was behind this dread zombie attack and stop them. You needed... he would prefer that you didn't do this in a way which draws undue attention to the Emperor. Yeah, Sean, it can be armor. That's fine.
All right.
And not to draw undue attention, if you did need to draw attention to the Emperor and Emperor's involvement in this, not to do so in a way that tarnishes the Emperor's good name. So, kind of keep it on the down low, at least a little bit. And then you were instructed to go talk to the people in the square, see if they saw anything that might help point you in the right direction, while Rayleigh went and talked to the Silver Shields and the mages, who were busy starting an argument with each other about whose fault it was and who needs to take responsibility. To recap, the Silver Shields feel like they're under attack. They're undermanned, and they're dealing with a lot of other stuff, so they don't really seem like they want to stick their neck out for this particular situation, no matter how horrific it was. And the wizards, there are 3 different wizarding schools in Eldolan, and they have a very intense rivalry with each other. So that right now, the different wizards are blaming each other and the different schools for not doing enough to prepare for this sort of attack, and as well as who should take responsibility for it and that sort of thing. It's very disheartening to those of you who believe in law and order, to say the least. But you have the opportunity to go and talk to other people and see if there's anything else that might be gained from the witnesses, the survivors of this zombie attack, this daylight zombie attack in the middle of one of the Empire's cities.
Well, the circumstances are definitely disturbing. I guess after consoling Clovis on his less than formidable display, I would look around the market square and see what damage has been done.
It looks like there are probably between 8 to 10 people who have been killed by the zombies. Most of them, it seems like, kind of incidental. Like, they were just between, the people who were killed were between the zombies and something else they were going for, which in this case was Rayleigh. If you remember, right before the attack, Rayleigh had these purple vapors and these strange purple energies, erupt around him, and then the zombies seemed to go largely straight for him, only attacking other people when they got in the way. And that seems to be what a lot of that was. They didn't seem otherwise that they were attacking people indiscriminately. And
so is he clearing out while we do the investigation?
Rayleigh's going to go talk over the authorities while you guys actually do something of worth. More or less, because I think even he realizes that he's not going to get very far with talking to them, even invoking the name of the Emperor. They're just too hung up over their own needs and problems to be the kind of help that you need them to be. But
I would turn to the wizard and be like, "Ever see that before?"
No, not necessarily.
Gundren, I would lean into you and say, "See, I told you books aren't worth anything."
Well, I kind of want to know, like, these bodies, some of them were Silver Shields, you said, right? The zombies?
Three Silver Shields were killed in this square, and that's another thing you noticed, that when the zombies came out, that was their first target, is even before Rayleigh, the Silver Shields. There were 2 of them in the northeast exit who were attacked,
okay.
But there was a group of zombies up there that you didn't engage with. They were just dealing with the Silver Shields up there, and there was one near the exit in the center of this square. To the sewer overflow. That one came out, and when the zombies came out from there, they immediately attacked the Silver Shield, who was nearby.
Okay, I misunderstood, I think. I guess, so in other words, we don't know who these zombies were, but maybe somebody else does.
Yes. In fact, while Thorir is going around looking at the zombies, he overhears somebody it looks like a halfling, very thin halfling, who's looking at one of the bodies, going, that can't be right at all. And he's looking at them like, not just, this is a zombie, how did this zombie happen? He's looking at this zombie like, I know this person.
Well, I would be totally insensitive to that and just walk over and be like, huh? What's that?
He looks up, rather startled. And, well, not so much looks up, but first looks up out of habit because he's used to dealing with humans, and then looks back down a little bit and says, I beg your pardon?
You seem a little confused at this one, and I wouldn't like flat out kick it, but I would give it a nudge with my boot.
You don't want to be totally insensitive.
Well,
I have no comfort to this stuff.
yeah. This is this was a friend of mine. I don't understand how he could have been here, though. None of this makes any sense. I'm sorry, I'm babbling. And you are?
Well, I'm one of the guys that stopped this madness.
Well, I given the train wreck over there. Train wreck is not a good term for this particular thing, but given the disaster that the shields and the wizards are making out of this, I suppose we should take any help that we can get. My name is Rollo. I'm a merchant here, and this was a friend of mine. His name was Colm. I've known him for years, but last week he fell off a horse and was trampled. Poor bastard broke his neck. But he'd been buried. I know it. I was at the service where they
Where
put
was
him
he buried?
in the town crypts, the dead vaults.
So would I know just above table? Would I know if that's inside or outside the city?
The vaults are within the city limits.
Okay.
The vaults are actually in the Temple District, which is right here. Assuming I put you guys on the right. Yes, I did. So the Temple District is up here. And that's where the dead vaults are located.
Okay.
You probably would have, even if you're not from around here, you would have picked up the general gist of the different districts and that sort of things. And so Rollo's going, and so, I mean, he was buried. He was in the crypts. I saw him taken in there myself. And I know for a fact that he wasn't missing whatever. And when you look at the zombie, this Colm, he used to be human. You can see that it looks like he had something pulled out of him. He's not missing. He's had his chest opened up, and even just a really brief look says he doesn't have his lungs at the very least. And looking a little closer, the heart isn't there either. Give me a perception check.
So
Thorier.
wisdom, right?
Wisdom, yes, please.
Ooh.
That's pretty good. I will let everybody
That's
else
pleasant.
make one as well, just in case. You're not actively involved in this, but it's something you might have noticed as well.
I think at the failed combat medic point, I would be coming over.
Yes. Yes, definitely.
I've seen.
No lungs? No heart? This is like the last guy I operated on.
I think there's actually a little more than the last guy you operated on.
Okay, all right. Let's see. Wisdom. This one's 3.
Ah,
Mm.
very interesting.
You can actually roll that straight on your character sheet, Rob.
Oh, what do you know?
I will tell you how. So what you do is you select your background, and then then next to the stat, you can you'll see a button pop up where it has strength, con, dex. Just click on that, and you'll do the roll.
Oh, I did not notice it added my background when it shouldn't have, so it's 2 less than
No, that's
what's
fine.
on.
That's I mean, you're still going to use a background on this. This is not straight just wisdom. You could roll straight just wisdom if there was something that wasn't appropriate, but in this case, all of you, once you start looking at these bodies, now that you've smacked them down again and they're no longer moving and trying to kill you or anybody else, you all notice that they all seem a little less like somebody's performed some sort of surgery on them. Like they're missing parts, and it doesn't look like they're missing them in a way that would happen from like an injury or an illness.
It's clean.
They've been harvested.
Well, I dare say this is not natural.
No, it is. None of these appear to be. Even if they died from natural deaths, something is not right about after their death. The Colm, the guy that Rollo was talking about, he, like I said, he's missing his heart and his lungs. Others appear to be missing eyes. Some of them missing like limbs, or they'll be missing like 2 or 3 fingers, and it's difficult to say what they could have been removed for. There's not enough evidence really to suggest what they might have done or why they might have done this sort of thing, but it was definitely something surgical.
So
somebody specifically went to remove these organs and limbs and other body parts.
So can we tell if it would add up to like a whole body or something?
There's not really enough to indicate that there's enough from a full body missing from these.
Okay.
There's probably more. It's very haphazard. Like there's a couple that are missing their parts of their right arm, so you wouldn't think there would be 2 right arms on whatever. But it's unusual to say the least. None of you have seen. You've all seen zombies before, but you've never seen them quite like this.
So Rollo, who runs the Dead Vaults?
The Dead Vaults? Well, it's probably the best person to talk to about this is Odessa, I believe her name is. She's a servant of the Empress. The Priestess. And she's not the head priestess, but she kind of runs everything there.
That sounds like...
If anybody can tell you what's going on there, she would be able to. She's a bit of an old bat, and she's not going to like you poking into her business, but if there's anybody there that can help, it's Odessa.
Does anybody in the group have a connection to the priestess?
I don't think so,
Me.
actually.
Okay, I thought so. Excellent.
Oh, yeah, that's right, you do, don't you?
Clavis,
I do.
you are going to be... I slap you so hard in the back you stagger. You're going to charm her. Like, a story like yours, coming back from the dead?
Well, that wouldn't be very modest.
Anything you want. Don't worry. We'll speak up for you if you're modest. You just make with a charm.
Smile and nod. Smile and nod.
I dust my clothes off a little bit and just give a ha! Well, let's go find out, shall we?
Suppose so.
Well, it's like... I don't know who you guys are, but to see a friend have this happen to them, I wish you the best of luck in finding whoever did this.
So, Rollo, where can we find you later if we need to ask more about Colm?
Well, I'm going to be here for at least another couple of hours cleaning up.
And you're in the
mess.
market often?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm in the market just about every day. So.
Hey, can you ask around and find out if anybody else knows people who are dead here? Like, were already dead and attacked? Because if you know somebody, maybe other people do too.
Maybe some of these individuals were missing previously.
Maybe.
Okay. All right. So who wants to take the lead on that?
Well, I was asking Rollo.
Oh, asking Rollo. Oh, yeah.
Do the work yourself.
I guess. Where can I find you guys if I learn anything?
I'll come
We'll
back.
find you.
Well, here at the market looks like a good place to meet.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll keep an eye out for you, I guess.
Unless you guys want to take the time and talk to more people, we could do that.
This seems like a good lead right now.
I was going to say, we have a lead right now. We can check back here after that if we have nowhere to go.
It's true. It's certainly possible.
Right, and where necromancy is involved, maybe time doesn't matter. But let's go.
All right. So you guys gonna head off to the temple district?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll move your tokens over there. Indicate that you're there.
I like it. The token move.
The token moves are nice. Let me close a couple things down.
So the first thing I would be noticing as we walk up to this specific district, are there any guards anywhere?
There are guards. One thing that you've noticed about Eldolan in general is that it's very stratified. The commons and the warrens, which are over here, they don't have a lot of guard presence, especially at night. But every other district is relatively well represented by silver shields patrolling. And to some extent, you can't even get into some of the other districts, like the Saddle, which is the center district. You can't even get in there without paying or having a work order, which keeps a lot of the riffraff, the commoners, from heading into the nicer districts, and keeps the guards focused on where their payday comes from. Let's see. So... it's the Temple District isn't a really large center of town. It's Eldolan is very magic focused, so it doesn't really go into the divine quite as much as other cities in the empires might. However, there are a number of small shrines and a few larger temples to the gods of light. A number of clerics and church officials, and obviously the dead vaults. It's at this point we're getting into probably the late afternoon, probably early evening at this point. And there are a number of people who are heading in here from the Saddle and from the Commons for some sort of a church service or religious service of some sort.
Okay, so it's open to the public is the main thing we can get.
Right. The Silver Shields do patrol this relatively heavily. Plus, there are a number of the Crusader and the Great Gold Worm tend to have people around here as well. They don't get along very well at all, even if they're ostensibly working towards the same goal, and that tends to cut down on the fights and the criminals from elsewhere in Edelon, and tends to focus it on the fights between the Great Gold Worm and the Crusaders people. It's not exactly a win-win situation for the people of the Temple District, but at this point, they've kind of come to accept it.
Is there anybody I recognize prowling about?
I don't know. Is there?
You tell me.
No, that's the question. Is you're telling me whether there is or not.
Okay. Sure. Let's say there's a half-orc fellow. We were at odds when we were conquering the last hellhole, but we serve under the same fist of the dark gods. So.
All right. So it looks like he's heading out. He's leaving the Temple District, probably to head into the Commons for a drink or something like that. And he's walking along and he notices you and he does a double take and says, "Thorir, what brings you here?"
And I kind of like crap under my breath, but I shuffle on over. And I say, "Well, I'm on a bit of a witch hunt, it seems, figuratively, not literally."
We've done both, so.
That's why I specified.
But you weren't part of the delegation that was sent here by the Crusader. I'm a bit surprised to see you, I have to say.
Well, when one's not battling the thralls of the Diabolist, there's plenty of land to wander.
That's true, and who knows, in this sort of place with this many wizards, I imagine some of them are consorting with demons. I'd stake my life on it.
Yeah, that's oddly enough, that's part of the reason why I'm in this district. Did you hear what happened 20 minutes ago?
At this point, it's been about an hour, probably.
Oh, okay, an hour ago.
No, I can't say that I have. What's going on?
That's interesting.
No, you're not getting away just doing a that's interesting and not telling me any further.
Oh, no, don't worry, I'm getting there. There were some zombies hanging out in one of the squares in the southern part of the city, but, it's not important. We're just looking around seeing if we can find the source of that.
Zombies? I thought this place was rather strongly shielded by magic from that sort of thing. Perhaps Perhaps the wizarding schools have gotten lax in their security. It's something that mayhap I will talk to my fellows and see if we should investigate or not. I mean,
pestilence, experimentation kind of draws people to desperation. You never know.
If zombies can get into a city as supposedly well protected as this, who's to say what could happen if a demon gets in?
Agreed. But I guess if you haven't heard anything, you might want to, we should fan out and get to the bottom of this, I guess.
I suppose. I will. Please report in when you get the chance. I'm sure that the commander here will be very interested in seeing what you have to say on the subject.
Hey, Amon. That little betting pool we had about how long it would take 2 Crusaders to start bringing up problems with demons. Yeah. Did you have really early or did you have late?
I had late. I had hoped that we just wouldn't run into any others.
Yeah, so I'm sitting here rolling my eyes, and I'm saying, but I'm also saying, pay me the 5 coppers, man, because it only took about a minute.
Yeah, I'm gonna over there.
When I'm done with my conversation, I turn around, like storm back to you guys, looking a little angry, and I hear this little exchange, and I punch both of you in the shoulder.
Be very careful. You punch me twice. Leave the reedy one alone.
Well, that's what you get for gambling.
I say,
now
look,
I'm really rolling my eyes.
and I was hoping I would find somebody a little bit more useful, not that unintelligent sot. So let's look for the person we came here for.
All right. So it doesn't take too long to find the dead vaults. They are not open to the public. But that being said, they do have like an antechamber which people can come in and leaves offerings for the deceased, speak with the servants of the priestess who run the place. The dead vaults are mostly for those who aren't terribly wealthy or influential.
And dead.
Well, yes, there's that too. The people who have enough money or power have their own mausoleums, and they're buried in a different part of the dead vaults that you can't get into from right here. But you can get into this antechamber and ask around.
Sure.
Okay, so you head into this antechamber. It's fairly large. Most of the dead vaults are obviously underground. But there are sections of it which are above ground, and this antechamber is very large. Vaulted ceilings, a surprising number of windows and other decorations. It doesn't feel at all like you'd expect the entrance to a tomb to be, but you suspect that that's part of the whole point, is to keep people from feeling like they're entering a place of death and mourning, but instead a place of celebration and renewed hope, perhaps.
It seems like that's held up over history, huh, with modern funeral homes?
Yeah.
I look at everybody and tell them I'm like, remove your hats.
And I rub my head. I'm clearly bald. I look confused.
I'm looking at the wizard.
I removed my wizard hat.
Helmet off.
Well, Clavis, I think it would be actually good for you to take the reins on this one, because if I talk to a cleric or something, they're probably not going to like me too much.
Can't keep that foul mouth.
Put your hand over that belt buckle of the Crusader. Just hold it right there. That's good.
It's not even a belt buckle. It like jangles with every step because it's held on with like a hiking clip.
Wait a minute. You're carrying around that skull, aren't you?
Yep.
Put it in the bag.
The runes inscribed on the insides of the eye sockets are glowing with malevolent magic.
Yeah, like I said, we must have a procedure for this.
I imagine so. You probably
Get
don't
the
even need to
bag.
say put it in the bag. You just hold up a bag and just go.
Yeah.
Give it
Why is
up.
that glowing? No reason. Don't worry about the glowing bag.
It's,
I look at the skull and like, get in the bag. It goes, oh man.
So it doesn't look like any. All the priests around here seem to be like acolytes. They don't seem to be very high up on the hierarchy of the priestess. But there are a number of priests around who seem to be talking to the different people who have come in and out. There's not a lot of people around here. Maybe 4 or 5, plus about an equal number of priests.
Are any of the priests not talking to anybody?
Yes, one of them is, and he's looking over towards you, but he hasn't approached you or anything.
I walk straight towards him.
And he bows slightly and says, "Sir, what can I do for you?"
Would Odessa be around?
Odessa, she's not far. I can bring her if you need. Might I ask what this is regarding?
We had a bit of a zombie problem at the market.
A zombie problem, you say?
It's quite dire.
Yes, I will. I think this is something that Odessa would like to brought to her attention. Please excuse me. I will return with her as fast as is possible. And,
If you could, please.
He looks a little panicked, honestly. He looks like, he works with the dead all day, but the living dead are something that is probably outside of his experience.
But not the not dead.
Yeah,
Not quite dead yet.
the not quite fully dead.
The dead impaired. Thank
All
you.
the fun of figuring
Yeah.
out what
The
exactly.
life impaired, the death impaired.
Please.
Both at
The
the same
undead
time.
are such a weird thing grammatically.
And they really are. The articles required are very strange. Anyway, he all but runs away down a side corridor, and after about 5 minutes, he comes back, looking considerably calmer, with a small middle-aged human woman with graying blonde hair. She's wearing the formal robes and vestments of a cleric of the Gods of Light, also adorned with the symbol of the priestess. She's much, even just looking at her, you can tell that she's much higher up the hierarchy of this place than any of the other priests that are standing around you. In fact, when she comes into the room, the other priests bow slightly to them, or at least nod over towards her, even if as they're talking with other people in the vault.
I
scoff at that and mutter brown noses under my breath.
And then I elbow him.
So
I bow and elbow him as I do it.
She walks briskly up to you and says, "I'm told that you have claims of zombies here in town. Is that correct?"
Quite unfortunately. My good friends and I were able to dispatch them. However, a halfling named Rollo recognized one of them as a friend of his who passed away within the past week or so. What was the name, out of character, what was the name of the guy?
Colm.
Colm.
Colm. One Colm, I believe.
Colne. I recall this Colne. I was not at the service myself, but I distinctly recall preparing for the service and taking care of the necessary arrangements for him to be interred. This Rollo, you say, I'm afraid that without some sort of proof, these are outrageous claims indeed. I assure you.
Well, we're not really in the outrageous business because there's 12 more people who died already, and one of them who died, Colm, was here. So, and you know he was here. So, it's not really a matter of outrageous. It's a matter of you at least need to look at where your dead are, and
I still have a zombie hand on my shoulder.
I can
Yeah,
assure you that we performed the proper rituals here to ensure that the dead are set to rest. The crypts cannot have been disturbed.
We are not claiming that you did not follow through with the proper rituals. We are merely saying that maybe, perhaps one of the an ambitious young wizard may have gotten a little out of hand.
All right, make me a charisma check with a diplomacy background of some sort.
Wandering around as a paladin, I've had to convince people that I'm actually not just looking for somebody to smite, that I'm actually trying to do good and be honest here. So, does that work for you?
Yeah, and add a +2 to it as well.
An additional +2?
Yes, an additional +2. You have a connection to the priestess, so you know how to talk to clerics of the gods of light. You have more experience with it. Well, we're starting off on that right track to 5 and below. Thankfully.
Yeah, there we go.
All right. I'm going to offer you a choice. You can succeed at this, but there's going to be a complication with it later.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Yeah, let's make this fun.
So, you talk to her, and she and you know the right things to say. You know the right priestess buzzwords to talk about with her to kind of get her in the better mood for understanding the things you're saying, and that you're not directly accusing her of maleficence, or I can't pronounce it tonight. Maleficence, thank you.
Hey.
Malpractice.
Malpractice, that too. There was surgery involved, so malpractice could be involved as well. So you talk her and kind of get her hackles down that you're not accusing her of wrongdoing. You just need to investigate just in case somebody else was doing that.
Is doing wrong.
And eventually she kind of loosens up a little bit, and she's all right. I will send somebody with you to verify the truth of your claims. I'm sure that we can find the exact crypt that this Colne was laid to rest in and investigate and just verify that he is still there and as he should be. Let's see. But I will have to ask afterward that I will need your assistance to put right any wrongs that have happened in this place. I'm sure it won't take more than a day or two, but a paladin such as yourself should be able to devote that much time to assisting the priestess, I assume?
Should be.
Of course, you have my sword.
I will not hold your compatriots to the same promise.
7 hells, lady. This is why we're here.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
In any case, I will have Thomas here. He will take you down there as soon as we've determined which of the crypts that this Colne was laid to rest in.
Gudrun says thank you. We really did not want to further disgrace the dead by having to bring pieces to prove. And I'll help Clovis.
I appreciate it.
I'll help.
I appreciate your good intentions with this, and
Pat her on the head.
but certainly we will return momentarily with more information, and Thomas will be able to lead you down there, and you can see for yourself. I still mean no offense, but I still don't entirely believe that such a thing could happen, but you've opened my eyes to the possibility that such a thing could happen.
You should come with us down into the crypt.
I have many things to oversee up here. Thomas will be more than sufficient. I trust him implicitly.
Dwarves don't like to talk about it, but this kind of stuff happens all the time. Every 60 years at least. For ages.
All the time.
All the time.
I think it's dwarf time, not human time.
Yeah,
I'll be dead by the time I'm 40.
All right, so she and Thomas, Odessa and Thomas, head away, back down the same hall that they went to before. And after about maybe 15 minutes or so, they come back. Thomas has got a sheet of parchment with, it looks like some hastily scribbled notes and numbers on it. And he nods to you and says, if you will please follow me, I'm sure we will be there in no time. And we can put this matter behind us.
Lead on, good sir.
So you guys head down into the vaults. There are a number of lanterns that are hung up on hooks along the wall. He picks one of them up, takes a moment to light it. Do any of you want to grab a lantern as well?
I will. Yeah. Eamon shall.
Yeah,
right.
I'll grab one too.
So the vaults are... You can almost immediately tell that they are a very chaotic and maze-like area. You twist and turn, you head down for a little while, you head back up again before heading back down some more. And after, you're not entirely sure how long, you get to a stretch that seems a little bigger than the rest, though there are some parallel corridors that are more narrow, but they're filled floor to ceiling with crypts that are just enough to seal a body. And from the size of these things, probably not even a tall body either. If you're like taller than the average human, you're probably not going to fit into this without having to be squished a little bit. But each one, from what you can see as you're going down, all the crypts are sealed with brick and mortar, and each one has warding symbols inscribed on the bricks. And this is what you expect Odessa meant by performing the proper rituals. Something that will help the bodies within resist the Lich King's call to rise again. On some of the older crypts that you see as you pass through, they're fairly faded, but they're still definitely existent. But after a little while, you get to a crypt, and Cole and Thomas looks back down at the parchment he's got, looks up again and says, yes, this is definitely the area that we're supposed to be in, and he should be over here. So he leads you over to one side of the crypt. It's a slightly larger passage, and he looks. He counts down and counts over, and he stops. He's pointing at the one that you think is Colin's crypt, and all of you make me a perception check.
Can I use Dwarven Genealogist?
Yes.
I didn't roll horribly that time.
You're probably used to dealing with dead bodies as part of that, so yes.
Not chef.
It looks like
Yeah, I don't know. I feel pretty lame about any of these, but here we go.
it looks like Thorir is just so turned off by the cleric that he's just like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, the cleric is very prim and proper and not your thing at all.
It's been a while since I played a jerk. This actually feels good.
And you're kind of distracting Gudrun as well, because you're constantly talking to her about this guy, and she's not paying attention to anything that's going on. However, thankfully, both Philip and bloody hell, I can't remember your character's name, Eamon, are paying attention. And when Thomas points over at you, see immediately that something is wrong. These bricks have been stacked up, but they're not mortared, and you don't see any indication that they have the same arcane symbols on them that the other crypts do.
There's no warning on these.
And once you notice that, you notice that a number of other ones in here are the same.
Oh.
I kind of edge my sword out. Just a little bit.
You hear from the darkness ahead of you. You hear a high-pitched voice, almost like a young boy, call out, and it says, "Fools, always thinking you are so safe and that your priestess and her rituals would protect you. The one-eyed lord will have his day, and then you and your kind will bow before us. Well, perhaps not you. It is your time to die." And then, and then
Already did that.
And then you hear the same voice yell out some words that you don't understand. It's not a language any of you have you understand, though Eamon does recognize them as being words that are often used for arcane rituals and that sort of thing.
Whoa, they're casting.
And then you hear actually receding footfalls as soon as that is, and Thomas is going, Landon, that can't be.
You recognize the voice?
That he's another acolyte here. That can't be the case.
Well, it looks like it can.
Thomas,
and, he's
Yeah.
And in the edges of the light around you, you see and hear a number of. You hear creaks. You hear stone scraping stone. You hear the leathery sinews of the dead rasping and rubbing against each other as they move for the first time, and the gods only know how long.
Ooh.
And you see faint pinpoints of light in the darkness glowing, getting bigger and bigger, and you see skeletons closing in on you.
It's the bum patrol. Let's get out of here.
From all around you. It's not going to be quite that easy to just get out of here. I promise you that.
Locked in the dark, nothing but my axe to call a friend. What are we waiting for?
Alright, let me fix your tokens real quick. And then we will go on to the inevitable battle. 30. Alright, so let me see.
hello.
Get rid of that. And get rid of that and that. Okay, now I can bring you guys over here to the crypt.
How cryptic.
So you are all here.
Alright.
Let me clear off remove this. Do E die.
Oh no.
Why?
No, oops. Need to roll twice. Once.
Ooh.
Twice. There we go. There we go.
Okay.
I rolled okay. That's it. I'm done. That's it for the day.
It's now all the horrible rolls will be right on top. Let me see.
Dum, 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 dum.
I like the tokens for these.
They're really cool.
Yeah, they are really good. Why is that not working? Die. Right. Yes.
Oh, there's some on the bottom too.
Yes, there's
yeah.
lots of them.
Oh, there they are. I was looking, I saw skeleton 10, and I'm like, wait a minute, what?
All I saw was dead vaults. I don't know what the first one was, the one below 10. I was like, oh, there's just one? And then I scrolled up and I was like, oh. I scrolled down and I was like, oh.
Drat, foiled
Otherwise,
again.
we could just like bottle up one entrance and then and protect the caster. Then I was like, no.
Oops.
Oops.
Let me fix that.
Not quite so much.
All right,
Zombies,
so
skeletons. Ugh.
we don't have Eamon, or do we?
Yeah. No, we don't.
In the meantime, I'm gonna roll these guys. They have +6.
Oh,
2, 6.
I forgot I just select my token.
Yes, you do.
Yay, I'm not the worst one.
That's more like what I'm expecting to see from you. I'm glad you haven't disappointed.
I rolled a 2.
Oh, come on.
Didn't roll that one.
Can I roll better than everybody else?
Probably.
Yeah?
Holy crap. Oh god, Rob rolled a 1.
Oh yeah, he did.
Sexy.
Fun times.
Ooh, they got skeleton mages.
Yes, they
That's
do.
gonna be fun.
3D.
Fun.
7. All right.
I'm having some problems with my audio. Can you hear me now?
Yep. We
Yes.
can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, I think
Oh,
Oh, there we go.
You can-
And there he goes.
There he is, and there's gone. All right, descending. Well, if it helps, Rob, you're not up first.
okay.
Skeleton Mage 1, all the way up here. Actually, first, let me do escalation die.
Escalation die at frowny face.
Yes. It is indeed at frowny face.
And do we have to worry about our little friend Thomas the novice?
No, you do not for the most part. All right, Skeleton Mage 1 is going to... You see this blue shimmer from down the hallway, from this side of the hallway, and these 2 bolts shoot out. One at Clovis, and one at Gudrun. Actually, maybe...
By the way, was that the direction that the voice came from?
Yes.
Up above? Okay.
Yes. So both of these attacks are going to be versus PD. First will be Clovis. Wow. I don't have to worry about that too much.
D20's bud. Roll D20's bud.
Oh,
Just call it right now.
good.
Double
The game is
D20.
rigged.
All right.
So, Clovis, this is the inverse that you were hoping for.
All right. So
Be careful what you wish for.
you will both take 8 points of damage, and you are both vulnerable until the start of the next turn, the mage's next turn.
so it was Clovis and Gudrun, right?
Right.
Okay, sorry, I missed that.
So you get blasted by this blue bolt of light, and you feel this cold seeping into your chest, the cold certainty of death.
I don't like, not again.
Died the
Which
Colossus. Died
symbol
the
do you want to
stupid
use for vulnerable?
What's that?
Which symbol do you want to use for vulnerable?
I don't know. Let me look. Use that one.
Okay.
The skull over the plate, whatever that is. And hold on, I'm going to
Okay.
fix this. These are...
Skull buffet means vulnerable.
6.
Joy.
Okay, mooks. We have Deadvault Skeleton 4. These guys can double move and reach.
Get the French toast. What?
That one will cheer. They cannot attack this turn. They're too far away. But they can definitely get a lot closer. And then it is Clovis's turn.
I'm going to... do I want to go kill the things up top, or do I want to help the squishy dude? I'm going to go kill things. Is this...
Well, I mean, I'm biased.
There's other people who can help you, and hopefully you don't die before it's your turn at, escalation at initiative 3. So I'm going to run up here. I'm going to take a swipe at this dude in front of me. Long sword.
No, this is...
So, Eamon, I would have helped
Did I
you,
hit?
but I would have tried to intercept, but I was busy figuring out how to make myself vulnerable.
16
How can I make
will,
it tougher? Oh!
16 will miss, I'm afraid.
What? Whoa.
Yeah, that's what you get for not helping
Yeah, I
a
don't-
friend.
You know,
rolled a 12!
I personally don't have the energy to continue to be surprised at your character's incompetence.
Yeah.
But I rolled
You don't have to
okay!
wait for...
Oh.
Mediocre? Mediocre.
Uh-oh. Dull
Alright.
thread.
Clovis the
Alright.
painfully average.
On the other hand, they
upgrade, isn't it?
are kind of having a hard time getting around you. Make 2 opportunity attacks as they try to squeeze around you to get to some of the others.
Haha!
This is the moment.
Haha! I got one!
You did indeed get 1. And you did 8 damage. So let's see. It's going to be 22. It's going to be 14. Alright. Vault Skeleton 10. He tries to squeeze around you, but you are prepared. And you shatter his bones. And the light fades from the skull.
I killed one.
You did.
I killed one this time.
Except it was already dead, so
I re-killed something.
you re-killed something, yes.
Is that like
I-
refrain?
Isn't that what would happen if I died?
Skeleton
Would I be
Mage.
re-killed?
No,
Yes.
but we put a red X on you.
Yeah, that's true.
Skeleton Mage 2 will come up and send more bolts. Actually, yeah, this one's just going to be at Clovis.
Woohoo!
And this is
Pew
versus
pew
PD.
laser beams.
20 versus PD. All right. 4 damage, and you are still vulnerable. You're vulnerable to the end of the start of this mage's next turn. Skeleton Mage 3 then comes around the corner, walks up and blasts Gudrun and Eamon. 2, 6, oops, not 56. 9 versus Eamon and 18 versus Gudrun.
9 misses.
Alright.
18 hits.
18, you will take 4 more damage, and you're now vulnerable to the start of this one's next turn. Isn't it fun? Alright.
And that was Skeleton Mage number, the one down below.
3,
Okay.
yes. Alright, Thorier, you're up.
Alright, flame on. I'm just gonna rage right out the gate.
When will you
And-
rage? No, wait, that's the wrong game.
I'm gonna run down and engage this guy,
Okay.
and then it's time to bring the pain.
Alright, that one's gonna miss.
Hmm.
That
Damn.
one's also gonna miss.
So 2
Wait.
points missed damage.
When raging?
Yeah,
Oh no.
yeah.
Oh, the light burns dim.
But
I
I get.
rolled 1 die in this.
It's actually just 1 damage on that. It's not 2
Oh,
attacks.
that's right. That's right. Because it's still 2 rolls. It's not 2 attacks. You're right.
Right.
So I swing my axe, and there's some cinders that get on it.
Yeah. Everything's a little brighter now that you're raging.
Rob rolled a 1 and still got higher than me. Son of a bitch. I just realized that.
Well done.
Technically last.
And it is your turn, Rob.
You put your time into books, of which there are none. All right. Meanwhile, us dwarves are talking big, but we haven't done anything yet.
You haven't been able to deliver on all the talk.
No, and it looks like Clavis is kind of in the way, where there are two. All right.
You are currently engaged anyway, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna. If I take a bunch of them out, I'll rotate to show how I manage that.
Okay.
So, all right. And I am going to rage.
All right. Rage away.
I got 2 pillars of rage next to me. Let's do this.
Yeah.
On either side of you.
I'm sure this would be like Shauna and I at a metal concert.
It's a mosh pit, yeah, pretty much.
All right, here we go.
Minus the axes of destruction.
I think I can
those?
You need to come down to Rich.
All right, rage attack.
With the axes, it becomes illegal, not fun.
Oh yeah.
The rolls are creeping up higher. Okay, all right.
There you go.
There we go.
Nice.
That's
See a bug.
That
13,
was
14,
That's
15.
right.
This is it.
the second
Yeah,
one's a
it is a
crit. Yeah.
Yeah.
The green green
yeah,
box
yeah.
around it indicates.
Means a crit. Oh,
means
thank you.
It means
Okay.
a max. Well, it's not necessarily a crit. It means that you've rolled the max on at least one of the dice. Whereas
Okay,
a
good.
red,
Thank you.
A red box means you've rolled the minimum on at least one of your dice.
I thought you guys were just amazing at math, but no, you're using graphic symbols.
Yes.
Mysterious graphic symbols. All
All
right.
That's how that works.
So that's 10 damage, I assume. Oh, they have to be on Vault Skeleton too. You will only kill him.
But pieces fly into another one, I hope.
Yes.
In which case, I will then attempt to move past them against the skeleton mage.
You're not getting there.
I
can tell you that.
know. I'm just going like this, like to there. It's all right.
I can't see where you've moved yet, actually.
Oh, yeah.
There we are. Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
There it is.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So
Yep.
3 will engage you.
Sure.
Eamon, you're up. You are still engaged.
Sweet.
Congratulations.
Ray of Frost on the Dead Vault Skeleton number 4.
All right, do it.
Ooh.
23, 11.
23 versus PD will hit. I need 11 damage. Okay.
Jazz. Chill out.
I'm
Doing it.
monumentally tempted to penalize you for that.
No,
That's
come
quality.
on, that's
I make people groan. That's a good pun.
yeah, and it's the
Yeah,
first time.
See,
That's
no,
how-
the problem is you go good pun. No, there's no such thing.
This
The best
about it,
puns
this
are
is
the
a
ones
high.
that everybody hates.
This is a high elven wizard stooping to our level of humor.
That
This
is
is true. They're just not going to be good.
All right, describe how 4 and 3 die again. Cease
Freeze
animation.
in hell.
Yes, as I give my great line, Ray of Frost to the skull. The skull actually pops and flies off and smashes into the other one's rib cage, just crumbling it to dust.
All right.
Oh, and he can bowl. I like it.
All right.
It's like the only thing. It's the only thing we had in our off time at Wizard School. They had a bowling alley.
Top of round 2, the escalation die is at 1, aka no longer frowny face. Let me
That's so
let me
beautiful.
make that a little smaller, okay? Let's see.
I do not think impasse means what he think it means.
You keep using that word.
Yeah. Okay, Skeleton Mage 2 or 1, excuse me. All he's really got is Clavis. Clavis, you are just blocking the way. So you're gonna get zapped over and over and over and over again.
Oh, it's kind of my job.
11 versus PD might actually miss though.
That does miss.
All right. Dead Vault Skeleton group, starting with 4. Come on, scroll down. Thank you. They're mostly dead. Which one do they want to? Yeah, they're gonna go after the wizard.
No, I guess I'm not in the way, am I?
No, it's.
But
No, you could make the argument.
me, I could.
Yeah, because he was kind of like.
All right.
He was like
Well,
right here, so he did have to go past you.
Definitely. I'll hit him.
All right,
right there.
So we'll get you right there. There you go. So instead,
Good argument.
Yeah.
All right.
So he will attack
I'm
you
not
with
gonna
a
argue that argument.
skeletal crawl.
What?
+6.
Is skeletal crawl?
Like he crawled toward you? What?
Yeah.
The Lich King has an Olympic swim team.
Yeah. And he just.
They don't do
creeps
really
over
well
you.
because they don't
Just
float very well.
Yeah.
The skeletons just never make the team. It's always zombies because they float. 23 versus
true.
AC, I'm pretty sure will hit. And you will take 3 damage from that.
The zombies are only good for a race or two because then they get bloated.
Yeah, that's true.
Waterlogged.
Waterlogged corpses.
Dissolving.
Yeah.
Alright.
The thing is, they beat everybody else, though. Everybody else is like supposed to jump in the pool. They're like,
Yeah, no one else is getting in there. There's the sheen of them over the top of
Yeah,
the
the
water.
vampires can't swim at all because it's moving water. You know, it's just, it doesn't work.
And so ends the water polo undead league.
See, that works just fine because they don't have to
that's
swim for that.
Interesting. That's right.
They don't have to swim for that. They can just do it all from the bottom of the pool.
Especially the zombie mechanics with the like roll high and a part flies off. This could work.
Clavis the Novice, you are up, and you have playmates.
I smack them.
But do you? Do you really?
Yeah. Do you?
Oh wow, he actually does.
I spat.
You know, that attack
This is the-
mist armored you in purity, and here you are.
All right, so that's 10 damage.
And you did 10 damage!
Solid.
Wow.
See, the fixing the character sheet really helped.
Yeah, it's amazing how that works, isn't
Yes.
it? All right, so describe how you re-dead both of those.
Nice.
I just take one big swing and I just get the one on my right and just slam him and the sword straight into the other one, into the wall. Just a bunch of clattering bones.
All right.
Just one big swing. And then I'm going to use my move action to slide up to here and engage the mage.
Okay. Dead Vault Skeleton, these guys. This guy's still... They're skeletons, they're not very bright. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Alright, Wizard.
Nah.
22 versus AC.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright. 3 damage.
You should have just said no to see if you would believe you.
I've cottoned on to that trick before, so no.
No. You're level 1. Yes.
Damn straight that's gonna hit
You
you.
fool.
Alright,
That would hit
Mage
me.
2. Let's see.
I'm engaged.
Aw. When's
Sure,
the
you
date?
are. Let's see. Let's do this because that will be funny. Oh yes, it will be funny. So you see this skeleton mage. You see the
Not funny.
eyes burn with a glow, and you see this energy emanating off of it, and you hear this clattering sound from behind you, and realize that the skeletons you killed before, made re-dead, they're gonna need to be made re-dead again.
Oh, son of an ass.
I done goofed, guys.
I really wanted to say, are you sure you want to do that? And then I'm like,
You thought you
no,
did
you
so
really do want to do
well.
that.
Clovis needs solace.
good.
And then the skeleton mage will attempt to disengage, and will blast you.
He pieced out. He pieced out. You got duped by a bone.
20 versus PD, I do believe.
PD
yes.
hits.
All right, you
Yeah.
will take 4 damage, and you are still vulnerable.
And I am staggered.
Uh-oh.
All right, Skeleton Mage 3. It's gonna come up here and it's gonna blast. You guys are in a group. He's gonna blast Gudrun and Thorir since you're not. Actually, let's do it this way. 1 and 2 is Gudrun. 3 and 4 is the squishy. 5 and 6 is the not squishy.
I have a name.
I'm not sure that you do, honestly.
So rude.
You're
And-
actually, it came up.
It did.
Damn it! I don't have a name.
And
Your name is the
then-
Dead Wizard. That's what it is.
Stop acknowledging me.
All
Get
right,
away,
so
get away.
Thorir and Amon are being attacked by this.
Why do I speak up?
Thankfully, this is a bad shot. 10 and 13 versus PD for
Miss.
for Thorir and Amon, respectively.
Oh, wait, what? No,
PD.
come on. That's rude. You're just not to get me now. Yeah.
All right, you'll take 4 damage. And then Thorir, it's your turn.
All right. Hold on. What was the PD number you were hitting again?
10.
10. Okay, yeah, definitely not. Okay, I'm up. Technically, I'm not engaged with this bloke over here, am I?
No, I'll say you're not.
Okay, I'm going to. I'm just pretty much like screaming, like all the time when my hair's on fire. You would think that I'm in pain if you didn't know me, but I'm just like looking around for something to do, and I see that he's kind of occupied, and I just go running down this way. And I'm guessing I can get to like here, right?
In a single move, yeah.
Okay. So,
Where's it going?
as a quick action, I'm going to pull up my longbow and shoot at one of those skeletons. Now, I think rage only attacks
Melee.
only
yes.
is melee. Yeah. Okay. So there's that. Jeez.
I really wanted you to roll a 1 on that so I could describe how you caught your bow on fire.
Oh, I rolled the wrong thing, but
Oh yeah,
That's
roll the actual right thing.
Ruh-roh.
they both begin with R. so
Oh
that's-
yeah!
Great.
Oh yeah!
All right.
That arrow's on fire, not that bow.
Yeah, the arrow itself is on fire.
You kill the skeletons behind me, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm shooting at.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you were shooting at the mage. All right, never mind.
Nope, I'm shooting at these guys.
Okay, let me see. So 16. All right, this should be interesting. Describe how you not only destroy that one and that one, but you destroy the one left behind over here that you ran away from.
Wow.
All right, I think I might need a second.
This is
Clearly,
the
you didn't just run away and leave the wizard alone.
You did.
No, I did.
No, I've got it.
Stumbled.
I've got a
No,
better.
I got a good one.
And ricochets.
All right. So
This-
I think what I did is I shot at the guys down the hall. I only shot at one. I shot him in the head with the flaming arrow because I dipped it in my fiery hair, and the particles left by the bone splintering into a billion bits actually somehow turns out to be flammable and kind of explodes in a small way and blows up the other skeleton. And some of the arrow shaft just like grenades. And I just duck instinctively because this has happened before. And some of the shrapnel comes back and hits the guy behind me.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
Clovis.
All right.
Somehow completely misses. Yeah, completely misses Clovis, the guy who's just standing around.
That's what the armor's for, man.
Yeah, he's looking like a steel pincushion
You're
right
a little singed. Actually, roll
What
me.
was that?
Roll me a D. Roll me. Actually, does your character have hair?
Did.
This is an important question
I
for
would
what
say
I'm about
it
to
was
ask you to
pretty
do.
short. It would. Need not much more than this.
No,
All right, roll me a
What
saving
am I
throw.
rolling?
Roll me a saving throw. Just a flat d20.
All right.
Save versus flaming bone.
Yeah, you've developed a new bald spot that encompasses the entire back of your head.
Oh, it's in with all the priest types.
Actually, yeah, the novitiate that thing, the whole
Well,
novice.
that's more like
it's
up
coming
here.
true.
This is more like
Oh.
the back of your head.
He's
So
not
it's
really
gone
good
to
at
the
anything.
Irish
That's why he would screw that up too.
He's going to the Irish culture.
Oh, that's
right?
harsh, Avon. I mean, Justin.
I didn't hear what he said.
That's good.
All right,
The
Yeah.
bad
Gudrun.
nickname, the bad haircut, it's all my fault.
Gudrun is up.
Yeah. Yeah, really, it is.
Yeah.
Sean, I'm definitely getting revenge.
All right. So, Gudrun, the shadows have just been dancing all over. First, there was the magic animating the skeletons. Then those skeletons just as quickly died in flames. And Gudrun utterly ignores the skeleton that's on her and just runs straight for the mage and slams it.
All right.
So,
No disengage check.
of course not.
I didn't think so, but I wanted to make sure.
Fear nothing.
23. Take 3 more damage.
This is what I'm thinking. My internal monologue, which none of you can hear until I say it out loud, is don't mock the game master by commenting how little damage he does. Don't mock the game master. Don't do it. Don't do it. I am, however...
See, I will show you the best reason not to do it.
I'm staggered.
And it's that.
Oh, hey.
Those aren't involved in this fight at the moment, but they could be.
They could be.
They could be.
That's cool. That's cool.
Rob, you need to
I
shut your mouth
respect
because
the
this would be
hell
the
out of
second time.
style.
Yeah, it's true.
This would be the second time you brought more enemies on us.
No, I'm not.
Well, you
bringing
know,
them
you're
in.
the one talking about consistent.
I could have,
Okay.
but
All right,
I'm not.
Sassing the GM.
There's just something about the impersonality of not being able to see you. Like, if you were close enough to physically hit me, I'm sure I'd be very respectful. All right.
I just started my
You've just summed up the
PC.
internet in
The
general.
internet! I've never played like this before. I feel empowered. All right. Okay.
Welcome to the internet.
All right. I am in the flames reflected from my friend's hair. I am swinging an axe through this thing. That's the intent. And I did just get staggered, so escalation die is 1.
Yes.
I think I'm not going to bother using the recovery yet, and I will use the rage attack. Here we go. And
Oh, that will hit.
Hey.
That is a crit.
Hey.
That will indeed hit. That is a crit for 24.
God, I love barbarians.
So you just wrecked this thing, but the magic animating it is still kind of keeping it upright, even if it's kind of sparking out uncontrolled at this point. You've like destroyed its entire rib cage and its spine, and the only thing keeping it up is the magic.
yep.
That's gross.
All right.
Once per battle, I am unstoppable, and I heal with a recovery after hitting with a melee attack, because that's how I am.
Well,
So,
when you nearly
that's-
shatter somebody in pieces, it's a really good time for it, I think.
all right. So I will do that, and I just hit recovery. Is that how it works?
Yes.
All right.
And it should automatically pop up.
Here we go. Let's see. It's not turning yellow.
Is it really
That's
not?
interesting.
Let me see.
Oh, there it is. Got it. I think. Yep.
Yep, there we go.
Okay, cool.
All right, then Eamon, you're up. Suddenly, all the skeletons around you have fallen apart.
That is quite beneficial. So looking down at Goodrun, that skeleton has been pretty.
There's still skeleton 1.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just rant. What was that?
Gudrun yells, kill the reanimators!
Good point. Ray of Frost on Skeleton Mage 3. Let's just try to finish that little guy off.
Now you've ensured that while you were finishing off the skeleton 1, you probably would have hit. Now you've ensured that you will fail.
Tomas will guide us a shot.
Actually, first I'm going to roll my Elvish Grace.
Aren't you a high elf?
6. Elven Grace is on my talents and features.
You will have to go look at that. Because you're a high
It's
elf.
just, yeah, it was on here, so I'm just going with what I have in the talents and features. I didn't add it.
Okay, alright. So you... Okay.
By high, he means game mechanically high.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was here when I got here.
Alright,
This character sheet was broken when I started writing on it.
Alright, go ahead.
No.
Nope.
Alright, so now Ray of Frost on him. 21 PD, 10 cold damage.
Alright. Describe how it re-dies.
Ice Cube, it just chills out. Falls into all the magical entities freeze and then turn into something to cool our drinks later.
It's like
Tinkle, 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 tinkle.
Yeah, that's how you get carbonated beverages in 13th Age.
Ow!
All right.
The souls of the dead and
That's
magic
also,
of
that's also
I
why
have
they
this-
have the acid in it. It's like, yo, I'm drinking necrotic energy that's been frozen into a solid form.
So, like, the best bartenders are like Azer wizards. Azer
Makes
sorcerers.
sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Nice.
Though there's probably a niche for necromancers too.
Yuck.
All right.
Actually, can I move to up towards Thorir as well around here?
Yes.
All right.
All right. Top of the next round. Escalation die is at 2. And Skeleton Mage 1 is... Which one is that? He's... they're just going to keep blasting Clavis because he's right there.
Clavis.
17 versus PD.
I heard.
All right. You are not vulnerable to that one anymore.
I'm vulnerable because of Mage 2 still.
Yes, you are. Dead Vault Skeletons 4. There's one of them left. And he's going to come over here and attack Gudrun. Jesus. 25 versus AC for another 3 points of damage.
I accept his blessing.
And
I don't know if you had a choice.
then Clavis, you're up.
I'm going to use a quick action to lay on hands. So I roll a recovery and add 2 to that. Is it?
In my group, we always called that touching yourself inappropriately when you did it on yourself.
I think most groups call it that, except for disgustingly normal groups, which...
Who needs that?
Yeah. Boring.
So
GM,
I would add 11, so that puts me at 21.
Could I use that's your best shot after I get hit there?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll just be quietly. Sorry to interrupt.
Get rid of that because I'm no longer staggered. And mark that I use. Oops. That. And then I will slide in here. And I will smite evil.
All right.
Ooh.
Smite. Oh, Mighty Smiter.
That's a good movie.
It is.
So I smite evil and I roll a measly 10 damage.
Alright. Yeah, that is pretty measly.
I
But
rolled
it
a
is-
2 and a 5.
But it is 10 damage, so.
It is 10 damage.
And it is holy damage, so.
Please tell me he's
Holy
vulnerable.
damage, Patton.
It is vulnerable to holy, but you didn't roll high enough for that to make a difference.
Oh, poop.
Yeah, just shy by 3.
Mm-hmm. And you rolled high enough to... Actually, no, you didn't, so that does make a difference. They have resist weapon 16 plus, but you
I was
used
scared of
holy, so yeah. For the most part, it hasn't mattered because you guys have generally when you are hitting, you're hitting way over anyway. All right. Anything else from Clovis?
That
no, you
is.
can't do
Say
anything.
something witty. Say something witty.
Something witty.
Damn it! No.
Oh,
So yeah, he literally yells out something witty as he goes to engage this skeleton mage. Skeleton
Clovis, he's never been the same since that first death.
mage. No.
No.
The skeleton's
I'm
looking
rolling
like.
at 2.
You guys just hear that? Like, it's not just me, right?
Skeleton Mage 2 blasts Clovis for another 4 points of damage.
Am I vulnerable again?
No, you are not. Skeleton Mage 3 is re-dead once more, and I can take him off. Thorier, you're up.
Alright, how far can I get here?
You can engage 1.
You're damn right I can. Alright, I'm gonna run up there again. All you hear is just screaming and boot prints, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, it's getting bright
At this
in
point,
here.
the screaming has been going on for like a
Hot in
minute.
here?
Oh yeah,
You notice that you haven't actually heard him inhale in all that time.
There's
yeah.
no oxygen. His hair's on fire.
Exactly.
Circular breathing.
Oh, it was distant, and now it's getting louder and louder and louder, and then all of a sudden this dwarf just like flies over the top of your head at the skeleton to try to cut it down.
I'm not even sure. You
That's
don't even really need to roll the.
You
You need to roll the other one for the damage.
Jeez.
Oh, I see how this works. Okay.
Yeah,
Oopsie. All right.
but the actual roll on
boo.
that one doesn't matter.
All right. Well, 12 is 12.
Yeah, rolled a 19 and a 20. I'm pretty sure you've hit.
Christmas.
That's where all our good rolls are going.
Yeah, and
least someone's got
you just it's still up and animated, but you can tell once again that the only thing animating it is the magic.
I just realized I need to step out the room for a moment, guys.
Okay. And that's Thorier's turn. Gudrun, you are up.
All right. I'm going to move. I'm going to look right. I'm going to yell out to Thomas, our little guide, and I'm going to say, "Are you okay? Hey, Thomas, you all right? Where are you? Where are you hiding? Thomas, where are you hiding?"
Yeah, you realize that Thomas kind of made himself very scarce very quickly. Thomas is hiding over here actually, or at least
Okay.
he will be when
Over
it comes
there.
out. Yeah.
Thomas
All right.
is a giant.
Good God.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm like, as I'm moving up here, I'm saying, "So you're okay? You're all right? You getting all this down?
He's like, getting all this down. What are you talking about?
Ready for a report?
Oh,
I'm gonna tell the
Thomas
priestess."
is creepy.
Oh,
Thomas is totally
he
riffraff.
really
that-
looks like that. I gotta go over there and hit him. So hopefully that's not what he looks like.
It's a young pilot. It's okay. Jeez.
All right, so I sort of swing over here, but I don't hit him. And as I talk, okay, all right, you're all right. You're all right back there.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I'm fine. I
Okay,
think.
good. All right, no more undead down here.
Except
run
for
up
the
to
one
here.
that you didn't get. Except for the one that you didn't finish killing.
Oh no, there was one.
There was.
What? There's one there?
Yeah, that one's been lingering for a while.
Was I on top of it?
You were engaged with it.
Yeah.
It ran up to you and attacked you from behind.
Okay, I missed that. I love it. Gudrun's a little bit preoccupied.
Yeah,
All right, so she.
you run over to talk to. No, I like the idea that you run over to talk to Thomas, and you don't even pay attention to the skeleton
I
wailing
don't.
on you.
I don't, and then I'm gonna turn around and hit it. So feel free to hit me if you want to,
All right,
because I was
roll
just lame.
16 versus AC.
That probably hits.
Think it does? I'm not sure though.
It hits.
All right, 3 more damage.
I don't really feel alive unless I'm taking damage.
Nickel and dime by the bones.
So that was just my stupidity of missing it. However, that was weird. I was like, I'm sure there's no more left. I'm gonna hit it now then. All right.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even need to roll damage on that one, but you can if you'd like. All right.
And he did.
So you destroy it. I mean, at this point, you don't just break it. You shatter this into so many pieces that it's unrecognizable as having ever been a vertebrate at all.
I think I'd like to just say that I was like being so clumsily ignoring it that I actually ran through it, and it sort of I just was stomping all over it, carrying it with me, and then sort of pounding it with the butt of my axe. So I mean, yeah,
I like that.
I have all right, and
That's better than what I was picturing. That's for sure.
Okay, good. Hey, I think I can get rid of this little vulnerable symbol. I bet.
Yeah, you can.
All right. And that's probably my turn.
Yep. All right, Eamon, you're up.
I'll move towards the mouth of that, and is that close enough for Ray of Frost on the Skeletal Mage 2? Or should I just?
Is that nearby or is that near or far?
Nearby. Nearby.
It's probably not. Not for 2.
1?
1, yes.
Well, okay, then I'll just go for that. We'll make some more ice cubes. 22 with 5 damage.
Well, you did hit it. You did not make ice cubes out of it, however. If you hadn't rolled 2 1s on it, I think you probably would have done better.
That's some balls right there. That's 5 out of 18.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not a good roll.
No. My proximity to Clovis is taking away my damage.
Oh, it's a thing I do.
Oh.
Shots
It's an aura. It's an aura.
All right. Escalation
We're gonna
die
have
is
skeletons
now
behind
it's 3. As we go on to the next round, or at least we will. And Skeleton Mage 1 is up. That's the one engaged with both of you. It's going to try to disengage. It's probably not going to succeed. Nope, it will not succeed. So it's going to... Yeah, it's just going to keep on going after Clavis because, I mean, you've been there this whole time. Oh.
How does it go?
Yep.
Let's see.
Technically firing into melee.
No, it's not firing. It's using a claw.
Oh. I was
right.
like, ooh.
So it goes to punch Clavis, and it punches right into the center of your chest. And then the hand shatters, and then the arm shatters right behind it, and then all the way up to the shoulder shattering, and then it's the momentum's still all there though. So it headbutts you in the face and then falls apart.
The brittleness from my Ray of Frost. Ha ha! I can still count it as my kill.
Sort of.
Sure, why not?
All right. And then Clavis, having been headbutted by a now dead again skeleton, it's your turn.
Are you marking it? Yeah. So I'm going to move up to Skeleton Mage 2. I'm going to smack him. I crit.
You do indeed
Nice.
crit.
I coming back a little bit, just a little bit.
Slowly. You're still the novice,
Slowly.
but you're proving that maybe it will go away at some point. Maybe.
So I do 14 damage.
All right. It is not staggered, but it is pretty badly hurt. And then...
I'm gonna have to step away again. My wife's night shift, and she needs to get out of the house soon. But Thorir gets a +1 to attack the mage 2.
Ooh.
So melee attacks get a +1 against them because I have Domain of Leadership. Actually, all allies get a +1 to attack him.
Yep.
So,
All right, it's going to attack you real quick. Just let me make the attack so you can call it. Does 16 versus AC hit? No, I'm pretty sure it doesn't.
hell no.
Even at level 1. All right, then it is Thorir's turn.
All right. It's clobbering time.
Make it happen.
1. I get a +1 on that. And then
You rolled a 2 on that.
Ooh.
that's better.
On that one, though, thankfully you rolled considerably better.
And I rolled some pretty amazing damage.
You did. But yet it is not quite destroyed.
Dang.
So close. Then Gudrun, you're up.
It would be churlish to steal their kill.
Plus, you probably can't do it anyway.
Longbows were built. We've already established that firing longbows somehow causes things to explode.
This is true. We are.
Only for me.
We're in the Michael Bay's Dragon Empire at the moment.
So
Nice.
I'm going to. Can I move to Eamon and see if he needs any battlefield combat medic bandages?
Yes, and in fact, I encourage it.
All right. So, Eamon, I'm not sure if you hear me coming, but I'm there.
You feel it. You feel a dread go down your spine.
I am, just because I failed, the Empire has very high standards for their medics. I am perfectly good enough for adventurers, if you know what I mean. So,
I'm feeling great. Clovis is in immediate danger right now.
Clovis is too far away. I'm just. So really, are you turning down my offer of help as I come up? I was like,
Let's save our supplies until we're in dire need. I am doing fine right now.
You make a great case, so I'm going to continue moving, and I'll get up to here and just
She has the itch, Eamon.
So
Come on.
I am.
Get to Stitch? No, get away from me.
Sorry, I've already sheathed my axe, and I'm pulling out bandages and stuff in case anybody needs help. I'm pretty sure they're going to take care of it. And I'm like, guys, if you can't take care of this, I'm going to beat it to death with my bare hands. So, that's, all right.
And shame all of you. All right.
But I think you can.
Eamon, can you do it?
I'll get right behind old Gudrun here and pop off a ray of frost. This is fun. Elven Grace, because hey.
Because of my character sheet.
Yes, it's on there.
Uh,
No, it doesn't matter. Okay. I'm still just gonna keep threatening it. Modifier +1 for leadership and net 12 VPD. Probably not.
actually, that's just enough.
13 points of damage.
You only needed to do 2.
Yeah.
So I was gonna laugh my ass off if you missed and left it with 1 hit point.
Super awkward.
All right.
I could have killed it.
So you've made another Coke in the making, basically carbonated necrotic energy.
Mm.
And so if you guys catch your breath. You can take a short rest. And after, and right around the time where you're getting ready to kind of assess the situation, maybe start heading back, Odessa, along with a number of acolytes, comes around the corner and is looking all around and in just utter shock. Just what have you done?
I'm gonna look at her smugly and say, "Believe me now."
Explain what has gone on here, Thomas, please.
Landon, I believe, is his name. Was that it, Thomas?
Landon? You say, Thomas, you can verify that Landon had something to do with this? And Thomas nods and says, I please, start from the beginning. Tell me what happened here.
Says, well, you see, we were doing some shopping in the market square, and then I'm just kidding.
Right.
Calm. The vault with Calm is should be right there. It's broken, and just as happened in the Fourth Regency of the Fifth Age of the beardless Dwarf King, servants of the Lich King have clearly been at work, because here's more zombies, and it looks like an awful lot of your crypts have been desecrated. That's not diplomacy. Sorry.
No, and the you can tell that she's not really happy about how you put it, but she can't fault the fact that you are entirely correct. And you can see she wants to bite back at that, but just nods.
And I'll say your man Thomas did a good job of staying alive and keeping out of the way as the zombies attack, as the skeletons attacked. So
Thomas is
thank
a
you
good
for sending
man.
us a good guy.
Apparently, we've misjudged Landon. I can't understand why he would do such a thing.
Because he's a jerk.
But
Obviously.
High elven diplomacy. I like it.
Please, since you've uncovered this disaster, I would appreciate if you would come with me, and we can examine Landon's things. I assume he's long gone from here. The crypts, they lead all under town, so he could be anywhere. But perhaps we can.
That doesn't sound like a very good design.
The dead require a great deal of space after some time. In any case, let's see what clues we can find as to his motivations within his things, assuming such a thing exists.
Gladly.
So it takes you guys a few minutes to get out and head to one of the rather Spartan cells that the acolytes reside in. And you're not really under a time limit, so you take your time looking through all the stuff. He's got a number of prayer books. He's got a sheet of bed on his paper with all the Lamplighters Guild's schedules. Among the prayer books, you find
schedule. Okay.
You find one book has done in the classic sense. The cover from a proper book has been put on something that is considerably darker in tone, discussing the power to accumulate the power that a divine caster can accumulate through raising and controlling the animus of deceased humanoids. This has the Lich King not literally written all over it, but figuratively.
Might as well be.
Every bit of it points at the Lich King. And towards as you open it up, you're flipping through this, a note falls out of it. And you read the notes in a very proper kind of handwriting. This isn't just a two-bit thug who wrote this. This is somebody who's been very highly educated. And it says, "Your efforts are appreciated, Landon, especially with our Lord's most recent request. His power grows stronger with every passing week. Although I realize your stock must be running low, my work is coming to a crucial point, and I need more freshly dead bodies. Hopefully the attack will provide these. Seek out Palos at the Dream Masters in the Commons for further instructions."
Oh,
I think we have a clue.
Perhaps so. And as you...
Blues can do, we can too.
So before you head off to that, Odessa says, "I apologize for my rudeness earlier. I'm sure you can understand where I was coming from. I didn't want to believe that such an acolyte as Landon could have betrayed us in this, but
But he did.
I hope you will accept this as a token of my apology." And she hands you a small pouch, and you open it up and you see it looks like there's 3 vials of something. One of them looks, 2 of them look like they're red. You suspect from smelling them the cinnamon kind of aroma to them that they're probably potions of healing, and there are 2 of them. And the other one has been it's got the mark of the priestess on the seal, and as you pick it up to look at it, she says, "Those are the divine tears of Halnir, and I think that they will be of some use to you, assuming that more of the unquiet dead stand in your way."
Unquiet dead. Very nice.
And there's also a charm of negative energy resistance. It's basically a clay symbol of the priestess, and that when you use it, you basically crumble it up to use it, and you will resist negative energy for a few minutes.
Thank you, Lady Galadriel.
Yeah, basically. Can I have 3 hairs
No,
from your
you
gold?
can't. There are no hairs.
Is there any way we could have some help with?
This
Hair
giant burnt bald spot.
Are you sure we can't have 3 hairs?
Just to cover
She looks at you
and then I
says,
just like
"Will you
punch
go
him."
away if I give you 3 hairs?"
I just need help with this.
I'm just trying to help my friend.
But after a moment, she kind of gestures you for you to be on your way,
Yes.
saying that we have much to do. If we have no idea how much has been desecrated down here, and we must undo all that Landon has done.
Just out of curiosity, are you gonna does this the kind of thing you report to Silver Shields now too?
I think this can be considered an internal matter. We of the Priestess will solve this. If the Silver Shields need to ask questions, we will welcome their inquiry. But I think that we can take care of this.
It was really just finding out if we were taking care of this on our own or if they were going to be going to. Okay.
They were going to.
Thank you for the drinks.
She kind of winces and just nods.
Drinks. Chug a lug, bros.
This temple, I think I had heard that the temples of the priestess were not good places to find drink, but these look pretty good. Thank you.
All right.
I let out a huge sigh of embarrassment.
I believe we have a
Clovis?
full party of completely embarrassing each other. We are like the perfect party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clovis,
You are
in style. Don't worry about it. You do like a half helm wearing that all of the time to cover it until it grows back. You're fine.
You're all.
I look at Thorir and I say, if this doesn't grow back, I'm smiting you.
You're all mutually embarrassing to one another. That's fantastic.
I actually think that we are Shadows of Embarrassment. That's the name of the name of the game.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we will call it here. This was part 2 and the last part. If you'd like to see more, you'll have to get the module for yourself, either in Roll20 or at the Pelgrane Press Store. But in the meantime, thank you all for watching. If you guys would like to say goodbye to our viewers.
Bye, viewers.
Au revoir.
Deuces.
Goodbye, everyone. Roll 20s and make green boxes.
Thank you all.